Banshee, well, that's fine. You can remove Banshee. You can put Rhythmbox back on. It's still in the repos.
And also, I mean, there's something to be said, as you mentioned the button issue with switching around the buttons. There's something to be said for a company that takes a bull by its horns, by the to quote a phrase, and actually goes with something they truly believe will work instead of pandering to the users. And I think that's maybe in the past where Windows went wrong, when it tried to please everybody all of the time, and ended up with Vista. So I do think when a distro turns around and says, no, we think this is the right idea, give it a go, this is what we're doing, and pretty decisive, yeah, fair enough, they might make a mistake, but I think that's far healthier than just going with the flow and succumbing to peer group pressure, if you like, from its users.
Thing is, I mean, Windows is built for its customers. It's really well made for its customers. The difference is you're not its customer.
The OEM, the OEM.
Exactly. It's other companies. They are Microsoft's customers. So the Windows is made as a platform that's made to have stuff sold to you, to have to give the software manufacturers the ability to install stuff on your system and throw loads of shortcuts in the startup and on the desktop, and when it gets removed, when the end user decides, I don't really like that, well, it's designed to sort of, we'll just not really delete it fully, we'll leave some stuff behind, and we'll track you in various ways. It's built for its customers. I mean, even its customers as malware writers, it's built for them as well, sadly.
Well, just to round this off, because I've got something that sort of slides in quite nicely. Roy, sorry, if there's anything else you want to add before I slide this one in, because it fits in very nicely.
I want to mention something very quickly, since we mentioned applications being sort of imposed or not being imposed, or the user being able to remove them if he or she wants to. There was a new release yesterday. A person from Holland released something called Mono Free, and Mono Free is very similar to Mono Nono, which is a program which, once you install that, it's supposed to remove all your applications. In a Debian-based distribution, it's supposed to remove all the applications which depend on Mono, and it's supposed to block any applications in the future if they depend on Mono. So any person who wants to ensure the system is basically free of Mono, but isn't quite so sure how to do that, all you need to do is that you need to probably Google the phrase Mono Free. It's one word, and you probably will find the package.
So I will put that. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, right, what's the difference between Mono and Nono? Because that's what I thought that did.
He mentions the other. I haven't actually checked the differences between them. I just know this one is newer, so I haven't.
One of them's written in Mono.
I will try.
It basically deletes the whole thing and it destroys itself. Just explodes.
I will endeavour to have the link for the show notes for that. I was going to Google it now, but I'll have the link for the show notes. So that's something else you might want to check out if you want to ensure your distribution is mono free. Just before we move on to Gordon's last topic, which is hopefully going to start a little bit of a discussion, just to throw one in here, since we were talking about Ubuntu One a few moments ago, and it's another article on the Excellent Register. It's an article in relation to Seagate has just announced its second quarter results of its fiscal 2011 year, with an abrupt drop in profits, 150 million compared to 533 million a year ago. It's asking the question, are disk drives a thing of the past, and are people looking towards the cloud more to store data? And really, I was going to throw this one out to both Gordon and Roy, just of your opinions of storing data in the cloud. And obviously, I appreciate we're restricted on time because we have another discussion. So just in a few words, Roy, your opinions about the cloud?
How do you think it gets stored in there? I mean, it's just the same. You just basically put the same storage devices just on somebody else's environment. I suppose if you're talking about storage devices in general, they do evolve to be bigger. You have SSDs, and you have all kinds of different gate level stuff, or technologies that don't rely on magnets quite as much as they used to. But in terms of storage, people will still use storage. I suppose the question is, will people choose to store data just locally, or to share it on other people's computers, essentially, and requesting access to these things? Because the network is getting extremely fast. You can get networks as fast as a USB connection to well, maybe USB 2 or USB 1, but you still get very, very fast connections that you can basically stream complete backups over the network to somewhere else that you couldn't do before. So,
Gordon,
Well,
your opinions?
First of all, any new computers do tend to have legacy equipment just because people expect it to be there. I mean, like the screensavers were a solution to a problem with old CRT monitors, but I mean, ever since Windows 2000 or something, it's not really been an issue, and it's certainly not an issue with any flat screen. But people expect to have them, and they think that they need them because they've always needed them in the past, so they're there. And same with floppy drives. I mean, I don't know when was the last time you used a floppy drive, but a lot of computers still come with them because people expect them to be there. And all they are is just an extra few bucks onto the cost, and an extra split second onto the boot time, and so it's just legacy stuff that's there because people expect them to be there. But I mean, as far as storing stuff on the cloud is concerned, you would imagine that the hard drive vendors like Seagate and Freecom and all that, you would expect they'd be lobbying hard for net neutrality. Because if it comes to the point where people's internet connections are being throttled and different services are being throttled, that may well kick in, and it may well make people think, hey, wait a minute, for me to put a backup of my hard drive onto some cloud service, it's taken that much longer because the connection's been throttled. So it would be quicker and easier if I just bought that hard drive myself. And then companies like Seagate are going, oh, you want a new hard drive, do you? No problem, just come in and look at our range,
Yeah. Well, I mean, just very quickly, my take, because I do want to get on to the topic Gordon has to discuss. I think a lot of people, there's a lot of negative things said about trusting your data to the cloud and losing control of your data. And I personally think the cloud and the whole idea of storing data on the cloud is a brilliant idea. It's a very good way to collaborate, to share. However, I think the cloud.
One way.
Well, there's a caveat to what I'm about to say, because in respect to that, it is good. However, the cloud, when storing your data, the cloud should be looked at as you would any other storage medium. I back up my family photographs onto DVD, but I don't expect that DVD will be working perfectly forever, and I choose another set of backup options on top of backing up my pictures onto DVD. I don't think you should throw your eggs into one basket. I think the cloud offers a fantastic way for people, if they wish, to collaborate with their data, if that's what they require. But I don't think it should be looked at as the be all and end all. And I think local storage should still apply, and you'd be very silly to put your mission critical data purely on the cloud without a local backup solution as well as. So really, it's good, but as well as, not instead of. Sorry, Gordon.
Yeah. I mean, no, I was just going to say the other point is not a practical. Well, I suppose it is a practical thing, depending on whether you like living in a jail cell or not. Is the legal thing. If your data is on, I mean, if you host on, like say Google, if you use Google's cloud, some of their servers will be in the States, which puts your data in US jurisdiction. So the FBI, I mean, this is just an example. The FBI can bypass the pesky thing of dealing with any British authorities. The British ISP getting a warrant for the British police to investigate, they can just go straight to Google. Because Google is an American company, and it's hosted on American servers under American law. So, I mean, wherever your cloud provider is, it's going to be at the mercy of law enforcement to do whatever phishing experiments they want, and just bypassing, even notifying you until you get arrested, essentially. So anything that you put into the cloud, the police, they don't have to go to the effort of all the legal protections you have if it's stored locally, but getting a search warrant and stuff like that. So beware. Even if you're not doing anything wrong, the Americans do seem to have a penchant for harassing people who speak out against them and stuff. So
I mean, in respect to subjects like this, we can only speak from obviously what we read on the net. None of us are in the US, but I think a lot of people do say that there's this